Hello, Matthew Williams here. Quick video just to say, I found it very hard to find anything on this Janez character. I typed his name into Google, and the only things I can find coming up are to do with the Benjamin Creme interview that he did, and it appears that he's very much into the stuff of this Benjamin Creme character. And Benjamin Creme, being his guru, says in the interviews that he gives that crop circles are made by ETs, UFOs, ETs, with their UFOs. Now, we clearly know this not to be the case. So I would surmise and imagine that probably Janez has an issue with this, which is why he's felt the need to do this crop circle challenge, because he can't accept that people make the crop circles. So, this has empowered him. But, trying to do some research on him is almost impossible. As I've pointed out in the past, his Facebook page is devoid of any photographic stuff of him. So, you type his name into Google, and all you get is his Benjamin Creme interview. And then he released one video, because of pressure from myself, he released one video on YouTube, which was hidden away. You'd never have known he was in this TV program, because even though he's named in the program, the people never put his name in the text box description. So you can't do a search on YouTube and find this video. You just don't know it's there. So Janez has stated that he's given 40 TV, radio interviews, and he's done 80 to 100 lectures. Well, it's a bit weird when you reckon you've done so many TV and radio interviews, and yet there's nobody on the internet talking about you, as far as I can see. They're not talking about that radio show that featured that guy called Janez that was talking about crop circles, and that TV show that we saw the other night, that was talking about crop circles in Wiltshire and da-da-da-da. And it's like no mention, nothing about this. Now, I'm wondering whether it could be because, Janez speaks Slovakian, and therefore Google, we're not doing the right type of searches, but simply on his name, maybe there's a problem with that. Maybe, you have to type his name in his language in a different way, so that Google isn't picking it up. But I would wonder why somebody who's done 80 lectures, 80 to 100 lectures, why there isn't anything saying, lectures tonight from Janez Faranjek at blah blah hall, 7 o'clock, tickets, 3 shekels, and why isn't that stuff out there, and if he's been on 40 TV programs or radio interviews, why isn't that stuff uploaded onto the internet, and why don't we see it? From everything I can see, nobody knows who this guy is. And prior to coming on the crop circle scene in, when he says 2002, I still haven't spoken to anybody who knows who this guy is. So it's not like as if he's a well-known name in the United Kingdom. He may, as he says, have done interviews with people like Steve Alexander and Lucy Pringle and these people, but to the English crop circle community, and we're all kind of in the dark, really, as to who this guy is. Now, my question is then, for somebody who really isn't known in the United Kingdom, this is my big question. Why would somebody who is an unknown person suddenly get their hands on the reins of this crop circle challenge project? If the money for the backing for this was from Sarah Miles, why would she choose somebody from Slovakia? I mean, it's just a bizarre sort of thing to do, I would suggest. I mean, crop circles are mostly in the UK, okay? They're mostly in Wiltshire. So most of the researchers who look into crop circles in the UK, in Wiltshire, tend to be around Wiltshire. Yeah? So anyone who's going to put a crop circle challenge on, where they want a circle to be made in Wiltshire and to interface with the circle makers from Wiltshire, 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 Wiltshire. Oh no, let's get a guy from Slovakia to do this project. I mean, that from the very word go would, set my suspicion glands off, saying, who is this guy? What's he doing? So, why would these organisers choose a person from Slovakia who is relatively, I would say, relatively unknown? If he can show us something from Google that shows that he has done 40 television shows and 100 lectures. I mean, I know some very well-known authors who have several books out on the paranormal subject, and I don't think they've even done, 80 lectures in their time, involved in the subject. So, you're talking about somebody who's a relative unknown, reckoning he's done all these lectures, all these TV appearances, when I know that people I know, are struggling to come to the numbers of popularity for things that he says he's done. So, just putting it to you, why would you be chosen? Why? I mean, it might be a very obvious answer for it, because I don't know the answer. I'm asking a question. Thanks very much. We'll see if we get an answer on this one in the next 4 months from Janez.